We're here for Tier 2 in the first round of Season 4. We're here at Silverstone, and I'm here, co-commentator GSR Raptor, if I'd like to say a few words beforehand. Yep, and before anything, I'd like to excuse my lackluster commentary at some points. Well, I think being sick right now doesn't really help, but also I haven't really commentated fully in a long time, so we'll see how this goes, but don't expect anything great. As there's yellow flag in Sector 2, I think they got it sorted out already. It might have been a racing point. Yeah, in qualifying right now already, like the McLarens seem to be on top of everybody right now, as Bianchi and Sammy Honey are just top the tables right now in first and third, 125.0 and 125.3 respectively. It's Hissy starting a lap right now, that was. Currently has the best off 125.8, that'd be starting P10 in the grid. At a track like this, I don't know if P10 would be so good, because heading in the Abbey, there's a high chance of collisions. So PMB is retired from the session. Yeah, there is only 2 minutes left in the session about, so if you want to get your lap time in, you need to do it right now. And I feel like track limits are going to be a slight issue this race, because as we saw in Tier 1 yesterday, in Tier 3, everyone had multitudes of penalties. Do you think in the race, and even qualifying with good lap times, do you think it could really affect the qualifying order? Yeah, for the qualifying order. Yeah, it might have been people slowing down. And yeah, that might have been a glitch or something you hear. And you tell Elephant 1.1 seconds up on his lap and validates. We were just talking about that too. Alabama coming through cops right now. His lap's still valid. We'll see where he gets put up. He's the defending Tier 1 champion. Put on the Tier 2 this season. Oh goodness. Caught the aftermath of that one. Alabama says a purple Sector 2. As we're heading to the stove now and entrance to the final chicane, where will the AlphaTauri be put on the grid? Rebel lets him by, no issue. Coming off the final corner, Alabama Outlaw, defending Tier 1 champion, is going to go P1 on the board. That is almost 1/10 ahead of the McLaren CMA Honey. But Honey is also 4/10 up on his lap. He might steal pole. Yep, and that is... Honey will not improve. Not improve enough, it seems, at least. And Raptor, you might need to include audio. Yeah, it's fine. I was gonna bring it up, I kinda forgot to. It's my fault there. But Davis is done a 125.001. That is a improvement by him. Might have been invalid. I think everyone's on their in laps now, or either that, or whatever. GSR Hamilton, though, is on a lap right now. Hamilton finished second in the standings last year after an intense battle with GSR Pluto. In this race last season, finished P4. It wasn't his strongest showing, but maybe he'll have something more to show this season. DRS enabled down the hangar straight. Purple sector 2. Maybe it is. And I saw splashes of rain coming down the hangar straight. It's not going to be enough to affect anything in qualifying. I think he'll be fine though. Coming out the final corner, he'll have enough traction. And that is going to put him to P3. Only 1/10 back from Alabama Outlaw though. And Honey's actually on the lap too. 3/10 up from what I saw. Sam and Honey by 3/10. Davis on a lap, I believe. Valid. Yeah. Check if your audio is included again, just to make sure. Check if your audio is included again. I'm just gonna watch the stream. Sorry, guys. Okay. You may need to leave the party, and I'll invite you back. Sorry for some technical difficulties here, everybody. Alright. Apologies for all that. Just some quality Xbox glitches. We'll run down the qualifying order once everything gets set and done here. Get Raptor back in the party. Might be at the 1 second glitch again, I think. Oh, no, we're not. I believe we're just waiting on Veteran Bubble and Striker. And then we'll get our qualifying order just started out here. Or someone's on track. Unsure. Raptor has not joined back. There he is. Alright, make sure to include your audio. Alright. People in chat, let us know if his audio is included. I'll be checking all of your. Alright, and that's qualifying officially over at least. And that is Sammy Honey by a long margin, getting pulled by 2/10 over Alabama Outlaws. Starts P2 for AlphaTauri. GSR Hamilton 125.0 in third place. Davis 2K7 P4. BFL Silver is P5 currently. We have a pretty strong field today. It'll be tough to predict this race. And we'll go over our favorites on the formation line. I do not think your audio is included still. Yeah, I have no clue. Yeah, we'll see, I guess. I don't know. So yep, it's gonna be a clear race here at Silverstone. And hopefully we're here for a good one with this pretty strong field we have for Tier 2 today. Got 14 viewers. Thank you for tuning in and watching this. I really appreciate it. Thank you all. I was waiting for a few more to ready up. We'll get this started up and all going. Alright. as we get for a formation lap. So I'm gonna go over my favorites early right now. Honey is probably gonna be my first one because he was absolutely storming in qualifying. Originally thought he wasn't gonna get pole over behind Bama, but he absolutely stormed to an amazing lap time, like I think 2400s over Bama. Absolutely flying. I believe he could be in contention to win. And my second pick is probably GSR Hamilton. He has the confidence of the momentum from Tier 2 and finishing second last season. He got a multitude of wins, including 2 back-to-back victories at one point in the season. So his confidence is probably going to be very high. And Raptor, if your audio is included, go over your picks. Yeah, what is your alt account? Alright, yeah. Let's switch. I'll just go over 2 more favorites then. Apologies for these technical difficulties. Of course, the stream where I really want a co-commentator is the time where it really just doesn't want to, you know, work. But yeah, and there's a pit stop strategy right here. At least there's one for Honey. I mean, very likely, I think going on the mediums would be a better off strategy for him if he wants a chance on winning this, because Bama behind him will be flying. I'm gonna get the telemetry up real quick. Alright. Hopefully I'll get Raptor in here before the start of this race, so I don't have to miss anything by pausing. I won't have to, thankfully. Should be joining. Yeah. Alright, include your audio now. I'll invite you to the lobby. I can't invite you to the lobby. Oh my god. Anyway, I'll try commentating. And 5 lights are out, and away we go, and Honey just doesn't go. It's absolutely plowed by GSR Hamilton. From first to last after the first corner. There's more cars spinning. Who is that? That's Veteran Bubble. Hissy is well involved in that one. I think Riles might be getting hit here too. That's another Red Bull in the grass. It's GSR Hamilton once more. Absolute chaos. Striker from last place all the way up to P10. PMB from P11 to P4. And Davis has stormed to the front row. To the front of the race, I mean. Alabama Outlaw, P2. Already a chaotic start. A lot of drivers falling down the order and going up very quickly. And that's gonna be a shame for Veteran Bubble, and that's them and Hissy in the back right there. And that's the Racing Point trying to get to the outside. If you can't join, I mean, you're allowed. I'll be fine with you just leaving if you're not able to join. Alright, I'll try going solo. Yeah, and 2 McLarens going side by side as VG goes into the pits. And Honey's already recovered the P9, actually. This is quite shocking. That's PFL Solberg to P1. I think that's a timing glitch, and it is. That'll get self-sorted out. That's Utah Elephant around. Alright. That's Thrasher with the already 3-second penalty. That's not the last time we'll be seeing that. But Utah Elephant, last season's winner in the British Grand Prix, is already spun around and falling down the order. As we got a train for first place already forming back here between the top 4. This involves Davis, Alabama Outlaw, Beatnik, and PMB, all Americans. And they're making themselves known early in the race. And I think it's starting to fix itself right now. Yep, and there's Hissy and them coming out of the pits. A shame, all those guys. Had to come out really early. And there's yellow sector 2. That's Alabama Outlaw. Right when I was talking about all the Americans tucking in, one goes into the wall on the exit of cops. That is not what he will want. And down to P14, or technically P11, he'll go. P13. And there's pit stop strategy again, thanks AWS. And we'll go down the grid. And MNK Boy's game, or PFL Solberg's game, really close to the back of MNK Boy. They both lock it up into the chicane. Solberg's probably going to be really impatient, maybe to get by him. You know his driving style. He's going to try being as aggressive as possible to hopefully get by him, maybe. And going into Abbey. Will he try anything? He's still right to the back of his gearbox. To the inside, he'll remain patient about it. While Cameron's watching this, and they collided. No wing damage for Solberg, it's visible on screen, but now DRS is enabled. He'll have DRS just now. They'll be side by side. Going into Brooklyn's. And Solberg will have to tuck in right now. And going to the inside now. And MNK Boy cedes a position to PFL Solberg. That'll be the rental up the P4. And the Racing Point actually, we're on Striker. We're going side by side in Brooklyn's. Racing Point actually has more wing damage. I'm not sure if he already pit or what. I'm assuming not. But I'm unsure. Raptor's back online. If I can't invite him, I'm just not gonna. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'll have to be going solo, but it is what it is. Things happen. And that's Honey all the way to the back of the Racing Point of Cameron. He'll be really antsy to get back to the front of the field after that's horrible start. And the stow by through the outside. And Cameron's probably not gonna give up on this battle here. I wouldn't imagine he would. And Beatnik's the fastest lap for Alfa Romeo currently. With a 128.76. As actually Davis and Beatnik have absolutely pulled from the pack, and that is cars around in the back. That is Utah Elephant and somebody else. Nope, that is just Utah Elephant. I think I spun around again. Defending a British Grand Prix victor. Not going well. I think there's another battle going on with Honey and MNK Boy. Both have DRS, but Honey's already checked out. Has overtake on. And he'll be through. An eventful first few laps in this race already, let me tell you. Well, Beatnik. I mean, Davis and Beatnik don't have any penalties so far. Remember, last season in Tier 1 at Silverstone, F1 driver going through Maggots and Beckett's on the final lap got a time penalty, and that gave the win to Houndoom. So we'll see how penalties play into this race. And the veteran ball getting really close to the back of Striker. Going into cops, that's MNK Boy. 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. We're going to see that a lot more often with these drivers through the field. And that is battle for the lead. That is Beatnik and Davis. With Beatnik coming through. A lot to keep up with. I'm sorry for missing a lot, but just a bit rusty, you know. I'm trying to get back into it. And Cameron's getting really close to the back of MNK Boy. They were already battling earlier. They're trying to resume that battle right now. But I think MNK Boy got the better traction off that corner. MNK Boy is through for now. On track maybe, but penalties can decide things. And Cameron really close to the back of the gearbox of MNK Boy, almost colliding. And yep, they did touch there. Forces him off a bit. But through is Cameron W20. I butchered that. But anyway, MNK Boy is down to P7. Disastrous start for him right now, it seems. You have to tuck him and have to settle for a bit here. I don't think Davis is going to give it this lead just yet. And Burrow with a 3-second time penalty. And I'll try inviting Raptor again. Unfortunately, I cannot. But anyway, with DRS, will Davis have anything to say? Putting on overtake and put it back down for some reason with DRS, and it was a bit almost touches the grass there. Or he'll be fine right now. I actually got the better run out of Stowe, and they'll be side by side with Cameron and MNK Boy. That is good bit of touching. And going to chicane will MK Boy try to dive. He thought about it, but he will not do it. And PMB is really slowing up now. Those old tires must be really getting to him because PFL Solberg and Honey have really got to him. And BFG with a 3-second time penalty. And with this, not only have there's yellow sector, that's Utah Elephant. No, it's GSR Hamilton out of this session. Will that be a safety car? Right now, it does not seem like it. That could change though. MK Boy is lagged out. If I could re-invite him, I would. Because I can't re-invite anybody. And Solberg actually really close to the back of PMB. You can visibly see the pace difference between PMB and them right now. And those softs are really getting the people. Thrasher has already pit just recently for new medium tires. He'll probably be flying. Same applies with Striker and Bro just earlier after getting the wing damage repaired, I assume. But Solberg coming out of Maggots and Beckett's now on the Chapel curve. DRS enabled. Will Solberg try anything on PMB? Will Honey try anything on PMB? Will they make a 3 wide? Nope, they will not. Honey thinks better of it. But Solberg trying to power through on the outside. And Still's going to try it into the chicane. Nearly touching. I think they actually did touch. That's definitely going to be a warning for PMB there. Solberg backs out of that move right there. Amazing racing being displayed between everyone here. And Davis and Beatnik train up here still continues. And PMB actually starts gonna get a bit better of a run. And Honey's gonna get really close to the back of Solberg now. Honey is definitely a lot quicker than I think all these guys. And I don't think he can get by being held up a good decent amount here. Solberg with DRS. PMB trying to break the toe by doing a bit of a weave. And it seems to work right now. And 2 tenths back, coming up right behind him. Going into Cops. Is he going to try moving Cops? It's a yellow sector. That's BG and the McLaren. And Solberg makes it work. That might be a warning for PMB, but Solberg has made it work. Amazing stuff. But yep, that was. You can see the gravel on McLaren's tires. And with DRS, PMB, Boy try getting back on Solberg on the outside of Stowe. Maybe he'll try to switch back. He will not. He will go wide. Now allow him to go through. I'm gonna invite Raptor real quick. Hopefully I don't miss out anything. I'll have the battle displayed on screen. And that is a McLaren of Honey getting really close to the back of PMB and the Abbey there. And actually, there's a bit of a lockup now. Going for DRS now, which will be going into Brooklyn's. Will Honey get by? But PMB also has DRS too. Both using overtake, getting everything they can out of the car. And PMB will remain ahead. I'll have to invite Raptor again. I'm so sorry for pausing. I really am. But I just have to get Raptor back in here. And Solberg with the two, the McLaren and Williams battling back here. It's just allowing Solberg to hopefully check out. It's Honey with a 3-second time penalty. That again, that could be race affecting with this pace right here. That could decide the win. That's Solberg with a 3-second penalty too. A lot of positions could be decided with these penalties. And with DRS, both of them have it. Who will be faster in a hanger straight? Both trying to conserve the ERS now. In the chicane, will Honey make an optimistic dive? He will not try anything. And while all this happens, the gap from Solberg and Davis is 6 seconds. The gap between the two leaders up here, it's very comfortable, if I say so myself. Because while they're all battling back here, just allowing these two to pull away and build a better gap for a better strategy. And that's a lapped car, I believe. A Veep Jeep, yep. Just pitted for new mediums. That's if PMB didn't have DRS, he'll definitely have it now because of the McLaren. And he lets him by, no problem. But going into Brooklands, well, Honey maybe was close enough there. Trying the outside, I think he might just went wide there. And sticking his nose in there. Will PMB get past some cops again? Was a good chance of it. To the outside, here comes Honey. Not in cops, but he made it work though. As Honey up to P4. PMB actually has not got a penalty yet. With how he's gone wide here during these battles. Surprisingly, he hasn't. But since Honey's so much quicker than, I think, both these guys, maybe I'm not on more tires, but on one lap pace, yes. Solberg's is going to be sitting duck here. All that time Honey has gained back just now. Visibly gained. And that is Honey into the pits, and the PMB will follow behind him. And Solberg is the only one staying out. That is going to put PFL Solberg up to P1 right now. And yep, there's the pit window open by EWS. And will Cameron pit? He will not. Cameron stays out. He'll be P2 on track currently. I think Veteran Bubble might stay out too. And he does. He'll be up to P3. A lot of these people behind staying out. I'll have to invite a few back. My apologies. Include your audio, if you wouldn't mind. If they still can't hear you, then I don't know. Yes. Yeah. But that's Hissy with the 3-second time penalty. Coming out of the pits with these very cold tires. Definitely produced a few penalties. And that is Beatnik and Thrasher side by side, and Maggots and Beckett's. They make it work though. And Thrasher gets a time penalty out going side by side through. I think there's a bit of lag action going on with Thrasher. But he is fine currently. And Striker currently same P2, and there is the two Reynolds double stacking in the pit. Actually, that might work. I think November Bull's gonna get there beforehand. He'll be fine. But Cameron must be banking on his safety car or something. Either way, it still doesn't make sense to stay out right now, especially since they're almost half a pit stop behind. But Davis must have had a really slow pit stop, got caught behind his teammate Thrasher. I don't know if Davis will be too keen on being stuck behind Thrasher. We'll give him DRS. Does not have DRS, never mind, I don't know what I'm saying. And I think Thrasher is letting him by there because Davis sets a purple sector too. Got a bit of a slipstream there from him. Helped him out a good bit. And that's M&K boy into the pits. He'll be moved back down the order on new mediums. Trying to look at some close gaps in track because they have not updated yet. It's Honey and Striker. I believe Honey is probably quicker than Striker. Honey probably got a warning from that one. And Maggots is very likely to get one. Beefcheese that's the fastest lap. His teammate, and that's Striker in the grass. Solberg might actually catch back up from this, and he will. That'll be PFL Solberg up to P6. PMB will not be close enough to capitalize on it. And Veteran Bubble. I'm not sure if that strategy worked. I'm not sure if he closed the gap or not. That's Beatnik with the fastest lap. Now your new leader. Cameron has now pit. And Davis P2. His Striker with the 3-second penalty now. A lot of penalties being handed out. I believe Davis is penalty free. I'm unsure. But PMB, oh, and that's Striker locking up. And that's PMB through. I believe he'll have DRS though. apologies about my mic. But, anyways. Gaps on track currently. Striker being gapped by PMB. PMB trying to get back into the slipstream of Solberg. Doesn't seem to be happening. The overcut definitely worked for the Renault. And I believe Riles may be trying to go to the end, but I'm unsure if the hard tire will make it. I'm gonna check penalties. I'm unsure if Beatnik has one. He has 2 warnings, that is it for him. Davis also has 2 warnings. Thrasher has 3 penalties. So that promoted off the podium, and Honey has 1. So, and I believe Solberg also has 1. And it's Honey with the fastest lap, right as I was talking about him. Getting right back behind him, Davis's teammate Thrasher. And it's Striker into the pits for new hards. I'm assuming repairing his wing damage too. But Thrasher trying to go defensive. Will not work though. That'll be the McLaren of Honey up the P3. And now Thrasher is about to be gapped by Honey. And now Honey has a 5-second deficit to gain on Davis, who has no penalties. At the end of this race, if Honey is ahead of him, he'll have to gap him by at least 3 seconds to take P2, which is a pretty strong task to not only catch him by that time. The safety car may help him. It can also really hurt him in a sense as well. It's all up to what happens under it. And Veteran Bubble, actually catching up to Cameron, whose tires still have yet to warm up. And Cameron's gonna have DRS, or Veteran Bubble will, excuse me. Through Maggots and Beckett's onto the DRS straight. It won't be close enough for it though. But someone who is close enough for a move right now here soon is gonna be PFL Solberg on Thrasher. So Thrasher's been falling down the order. His tires are a bit older. That could be a reason for it, but I don't know. It's only 1 lap younger than Solberg's, and it's saying that his tires are 0 laps old apparently. And it's a bit of contact hitting the rear of the Haas there. With DRS now, will Solberg get by him right here? Will he try Brooklyn's? He will not. That's yellow sector 2. That is a racing point spun around. That is bruh. Love that gamer tag, by the way. But yeah, Veteran Bubble has now gotten by his bro's teammate of Cameron W120. And Veteran Bubble is now at the P7. He'll have to make up hopefully a 10-second deficit to him in PMB05. People Solberg really close to the back of GSR Thrasher. And Thrasher gets his 4th penalty. That is 12 seconds worth. Trying the outside and maybe in Chapel. And DRS enabled. The gap was not there. Going into Stowe, Solberg will be by, but Thrasher's not going to let down. It was very wide, and that'll be Solberg through. Honey has not really gained time there. He's really neutralized the gap. No, not losing time, but he's also not gaining anything either. That's Cameron with a 3-second time penalty too. That penalty's really coming rampant. He's trying to keep up the Veteran Bubble, but I believe that's not going to happen, unfortunately, for the Racing Point. As now I think Thrasher's going to fall into the grasp of PMB here shortly. PMB currently chasing down P5. PMB finished 2nd in this race last season, or actually won, but had a penalty appeal against him. Ended up finishing P2. Had the fastest lap. Very consistent driver at this track. Right now, at least, does not look like he's going to win. That'll probably belong to Beatnik or Davis. Either one of these guys getting a penalty would be huge. I'm going to re-invite somebody else right now as well. I made sure to enable it, so I think it's just a Twitch glitch. Yeah, it's Hissy with another time penalty. Yeah. Yep. And there goes Raptor, unfortunately. And while inviting him, Raptor, or Thrasher, sorry, went really wide there. And PB got a time penalty for that. I think that's only his second penalty, if I'm not mistaken. His first penalty, actually. That could be huge for P5, but Thrasher also has a ton of penalties. He'll fall behind Veteran Bubble at the rate he is at right now. And yeah, Honey's actually losing time to Davis up in front of him. I mean, Honey will be P3 right now, but I'm not sure. He might want to get a move on if he wants to have a chance on maybe even taking the victory here, because he has showed he has the pace for it. Let's look at positions gained real quick. I'd look at that one. Biggest mover at this race currently is GSR Thrasher. Started last, already at P6. He's about dropping like a stone currently. On, I believe, 5-lap old mediums, but it's not displaying on the screen right now. Veteran Bubble's close to second ever since I last talked about like gap on Thrasher. Thrasher's really falling off the pace right now. I'm not sure if he'll end up keeping P6. We'll find out though. But the gaps are going to update once they cross the line. Phoenix cross, there we go. Either one of these two, all it will take is one mistake in one corner, one more warning, and Davis or Beatnik could have this race won. And actually ends up hitting. I'm not sure if Thrasher had wing damage, that's why he was dropping. Not really sure about it. But anyways, that'll be Veteran Bubble at the P6. Really good Constructors Day for Renault. P4 and P6 currently. Alfa Romeo having one car up in the P1 right now. As with 10 laps to go, it's Alabama Outlaw with time penalty. You never see time penalties from him. You can tell he is absolutely pushing on his 13-lap old hards, trying to catch Riles. And Thrasher, apparently on 16-lap softs according to the game, is going to come back on those tires. I'm not sure if he has actually, he might actually have come back on old tires from qualifying. Not sure. But the gap between Riles and Cameron is actually decreased though, as Bama's actually losing time to the Williams right now. And the Racing Point's losing time to the Williams. I think Riles might be in DRS here. And he will. Only by a smidge. And he will enable it. It's not going to be enough for an overtake. But it'll definitely be enough to close the gap between him and the Racing Point back there. And one thing I'd like to point out, the defending race winner of the British Grand Prix last season in Tier 2, Utah Elephant, dwindling down in P10 after being involved in the Lap 1 chaos, trying to salvage something out of this race, at least points. Currently under pressure by Hissy, just as likely for it not to happen as it will to be. That made no sense, I apologize. But, yep, Riles really getting really close to the back of Cameron. If he plays his cards right in these next two corners, well, he could get into P7 by the end of the straight in the Brooklands. Enabling DRS now. That's Utah Elephant with 3-second penalty as I was speaking, as Hissy's trying to close the gap between him and Joe. And the Brooklands, it will not be close enough. But maybe he'll get a good run. Try something in the cops maybe. He will not. At least not better than Veteran Bubble. Or Cameron, sorry. Has closed the gap though. I believe on the hanger straight, Riles will be trying something here. All the tires are pretty equal. Actually, nope, that's the wrong graphic. The tires are far from equal. 15-lap old hards as Riles trying to go to the end on those tires, I believe. And 5-lap old mediums for Cameron and Racing Point. They'll be going side by side on the hanger straight. Pretty even so far. Riles not using much ERS, does not have much, but only has 5%. Cameron going defensive, trying to maintain that position. They'll still side by side there, touching. And the chicane still continuing to be side by side. Will they keep it going through here? They will not. Riles is forced off. And Cameron will still have P7 now. And actually, maybe in the turn 3, Riles could make a dive. Nope, he didn't. He didn't get good enough of a run. But maybe in the Brooklyns, I think Riles could try something. Now, all of this is on the Alabama Outlaw and the AlphaTauri. Try something at CL Sector 2. I'm not sure what for. It's not showing anything. Must have not been there for too long. But Riles to the outside. He's gonna make it work. Not really. And now he's through. Quite a bit of contact. But he is by the racing point. The racing point will have DRS and will be close enough to him. If the racing point doesn't screw up Maggots and Beckett's right here, well, could get back by for P7. On the hanger straight now, DRS opened. Will we try anything? Bama has DRS now, I didn't even realize that. Bama is slowly stuck up into this battle. Let me check penalties between these three real quick. Riles has no penalties. Cameron has 1. Bama has 1. 3 penalties. Bama has 3 penalties right now. If you know Bama, he never gets penalties, so you can tell he is pushing right now, trying to salvage some points for AlphaTauri. I imagine Joe is too, trying to get at least 1 point for Red Bull. And that's, well, not, oh, that's a huge crash. And that is Utah Elephant out of this session. Will that bring out the first safety car? That well could. That was a massive impact. And it did. This changes everything. And now actually I think Cameron and Riles collided. And they did. Riles gets the penalty for it. Oh no. And this gives M&K Boy a chance to go into the pits. Put on some fresh soft tires. This changes everything. Wow. This race has definitely changed. A lot of people are probably mad about that safety car call. And Davis stays out on 10-lap old mediums. That is a questionable strategy call. I mean, I'm no professional league racer myself, because, like, I'm not really that quick if I'm being honest. But to me, that does not seem like the right strategy call. I'm not sure if that's going to work. For all I know, I could be very wrong. We'll see how this plays out for the 2 drivers. They'll be charging behind him on new softs. PMB stays out too. Beatnik, Solberg, and Honey will be going on new softs. And actually, yeah, Veteran Bubble will be too. I imagine Riles will be doing the same. Pit Road is currently busy right now. And Hissy, 5-second stop go for speeding in the pit lane. That our penalty, that is huge for him. And Hissy serving a stop, or Riles serving a stop go for the collision between him and Cameron under safety car conditions. Yep. Thrasher probably going on new soft tires. Yep, there they are. I see it. Red stripe tires. Going for a new wing, actually. And he'll be heading out. New softs, I believe. Yep, he is. So, normally this is the time I discuss with my co-commentator about how much this has changed everything. But you know, Twitch kinda done goof today. So I don't have one. And Solberg gets a time penalty under safety car for exceeding track limits. This could really change your running order since everyone's gonna be bunched up now too. Could there be rain at the end of the race as well? That is the big question here. I'd imagine going into this race. And that's Beatnik. Got a 5-second stop go for colliding with, I think, Honey. Yep. And it seems like with this game, if you collide with the driver, if the driver behind you collides with you, you'll get the penalty for it, which I deem a bit questionable. But I believe Davis could come out with this victory. M&K Boy is also on new softs as well. Or actually, it might not be. No, I believe he is. But M&K Boy is on new softs after 3 seconds. So he might end up holding up PMB and Beatnik, which could really mess up this victory here for PMB. As if we check up on Davis and Beatnik at least. Davis, 3 warnings, no penalties somehow. Beatnik has a 5-second stop go for colliding just earlier. And PMB has, I think, 1 corner cutting penalty. That is correct. And I think Honey has 2 corner cutting penalties. Nope. 2 warnings though. 1 more warning and Honey will be penalized. And I believe M&K Boy has been told to catch back up with the rest of the field that he has. So lapped cars will not affect the ending of this race. But Beatnik, Honey, Solberg are going to be flying under new sauce, whereas PMB and Davis are going to be almost sitting ducks on these 11-lap old mediums. We'll see how this turns out for the Williams and Haas here. I don't know, but either right now, that's Beatnik going almost wide under safety car, trying to weave it in Maggots and Beckett's, it seemed like. But will M&K Boy and Bros caught back up, and he has left the session. I'd definitely like to invite him back since he's contending for his victory. So I've invited him, and that is a bit of a stack up. Safety car's in this lap. I didn't even realize Davis really stacking the field up. And that is now green flag. That's Cameron with another 5-second penalty. And there go. Beatnik and Solberg are going to be flying now. Apologies about having to mute my mic, but Honey's falling down the order. He has just joined back after lagging out. Imagine he's taking control right now. And yep, he has just taken control. It's yellow sector 2. That is Cameron out of the session. Bro, spinning around completely. Car in the gravel. Must have been Bama. And Rose left the session. And side-by-side in cops between Bama and Riles. It worked pretty good. They'll be side-by-side in Maggots and Beckett's now. That was almost 3 wide. It's VSC. And that might be a penalty for a collision. Bama just got hit on the side of the car by Hissy. And Russ disqualified for parking in a dangerous location. That is a weird disqualification. But we'll roll with it. VSC now out. This gives Beatnik more of a chance to maybe close the buffer between him and Davis and PMB. Same goes with Solberg and Veteran Bubble pit for new mediums. Veggie call. Say so myself. And Striker on 9-lap old hard is trying to salvage position. And Riles probably hungry for position here. Probably trying to avoid speeding, had to slam on the brakes there. So we're braking extra early. Won't anyone try anything in the back of the pack here. First safety car out. Oh, I didn't even realize it was still out. That is my mistake. Anyways, we are back green now. Side by side between Riles and Hissy. Going into Brooklands. And Riles braking really late and made it work. That'll be GSR Riles up. Bama going really wide, trying to, as 3 wide, and as the McLaren spun round, see him, that's Honey. Fast slap of the race, he rages. And Beatnik's gone up to the front of the field. I completely missed that through the midfield battle. And I guarantee Solberg's gonna be flying through the pack too. Midfield battle getting a bit crazy back here. Hissy's just got forced off. Cameron has left the session. He has already DNF, doesn't really concern him. And Bama getting by, or BG getting by Bama for P9. Be 2 extra points. And his train right here. Solberg's getting held up by these two, at least under old rubber, and he knows with DRS enabled that should maybe help Solberg get by him a lot better. And Davis actually getting really close to the back of PMB, or at least somewhat getting back close. And that's Solberg locking up, maybe flat spinning those tires. That could really affect him. DRS enabled. Solberg did not get the best exit there. I don't think any moves will be made. Phoenix pretty much checked out of this race. He's won. But the battle in the back here is still getting pretty interesting with Riles and Striker. Striker is not going to go anywhere, it seems. But Beefy's moving out the pack, forcing Hissy off. That'll be putting the McLaren at the P8. Now McLaren's only hopes for points. But they are still side by side. Oh, not enough space there, Hissy. Mama trying stuff. And Riles getting back to the back Striker. DRS on the hanger straight. But I'll be watching PMB and Davis here because PMB is going to be a sitting duck. But I don't know if Davis will be close enough to make any kind of move. He will not be. As yellow sector, that's the Mercedes of Hissy. Out of the race. Having a really good points day too, and the battle up here still continues. Solberg and Davis switching positions. I kind of can't keep up with all the battles happening on track at once. Binek with new fastest lap still side by side through there. In the Abbey, I think Davis is defended great. Later, Snowder still side by side going into turn 3. And that's Solberg. Both the Reynolds with wing damage. They are pretty much out. Solberg sits back up the track. Stewards might not like that one too much. But Davis is trying to keep up the PMV. And Beef Jeep's flying on the new rubber. And he might actually catch up the veteran bubble here on the final lap. That's Thrasher by Striker trying to get by at least. He does. And Riles trying to gain back all the positions he's been losing. And Thrasher gets another penalty. That's his 5th penalty, I believe. Or 6th, one of the two. Thrasher might not even get points in this race today, with how many penalties he's received. Will Striker pose a fight to Thrasher in the closing stages? We'll see here. But coming off Stowe, into the final chicane, it'll be Beatnik. In his second or third tier 2 start, will be taking his second tier 2 victory. Beatnik will take the checkered flag and win the British Grand Prix, and Striker and Riles having a bit of a scuffle back here. That's actually Thrasher and Striker, sorry. They're still touching, and Veteran Bubble's on podium currently. Striker lost 2 positions from that. Riles at the P8. Riles at the P5. And Beatnik demoted. Davis won. Hold on. That must have been a timing glitch. No. He had an unserved stop go. He might end up appealing that. But as it stands right now, Davis has won. PMB finished P2 for the 2nd season in a row. Veteran Bubble finishes P3 in his first tier ever GSR start. Now we'll wait for M&K Boy to finish the race. What a race, everybody. I will invite at least the current race victor here. As it stands right now. Davis, I'll invite PMB and all of them. And I'll check Twitch to see if it's a glitch. Party chat is enabled. I just think Davis, or not Davis, excuse me. Raptor must have had a glitch there with his mic. But I'll invite Davis, I will invite PMB, and I'll also invite Veteran Bubble. thrilling race, everybody. Davis, if you'd like to include your audio, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, so make sure your audio is included.
Let me see if this works. I'm on the stream right now. Let me check.
Alright. Well, I'll start
Yep, does.
interviewing. Alright, so, Davis, when you stayed out under safety car, I was really questioning, well, you and PMB, this applies to both of you. When you were staying out on your old mediums, I was really questioning that strategy call, because there would be people flying on those old soft tires, beatnik included. What were you thinking with that strategy call?
I did not think it was gonna play out as well. So, I was in the party with PNB, of course, and, we were all talking about, do we go to pit or what? I said, I was asking race director Jack, and he just said stay out, and I was gonna stay out just for the track position, so I don't get held up by anybody. And then, I knew after the VSC I was in a really bad position with Beatnik, and then Beatnik, of course, passed me and PNB, and I thought he was gonna get it. If his 5 second gets appealed, then of course he's gonna get the win back, which he most likely will appeal the 5 second. Just don't know how that's gonna go.
Yeah, so provisionally you are P1 right now, though. How does it feel to end up taking P1 in your first ever Tier 2 start?
It feels good. I knew when coming into this season I could at least try to battle for podiums. My goal was to get a win, and yep, I got that. It was nice winning in Tier 2, so now my next goal is winning in Tier 1 if I ever get to Tier 1.
Yep, amazing race by you. In PMP, question for you. You had a very up-down race, make sure I was included, but you had a very up-down race. At some points you were far in the back, and after the start, you were really far up front. How was that race, in your point of view?
You can pass. No, the way I look at it is that P11 and P4 at the start was pretty good because I don't know what the hell happened in front of me. There was something that happened in front of me, and people just decided to have some crash or something. Who knows? Because it's GSR Tier 2. But I'm not sure, honestly, what happened in front of me. But whatever happened, I got to P4. I'll be honest. I'm gonna have that taken away from me, the podium. Because I don't know if you guys saw it. Turn 1, I got into hissy. This game needs to fix its red arrows because I did not see a single red arrow when Hissy was next to me, and I turned into him like he wasn't there, and he's probably mad at me. But overall, had no pace whatsoever. So I was like, all right, let's gamble. Let's try to stay out. I'm not gonna pit because I'm not gonna gain anything here because I'm got pretty bad pace. I kept getting passed everywhere. Every time Solberg was near me, he'd rather hit me, and it got me a warning there, which I'm going to try to appeal, which I can easily appeal to keep second, because I know Beatnik has a penalty that he's probably wanting to appeal. So, no, overall, not a bad race for me. It was a very quiet race where I was at, but, you know, if you're F1 2020, why add in dirty air? You got the overtake button where you can overtake. Why add dirty air in where you can make it harder to overtake? No one could overtake this race besides the VSC, the safety car restarts. Just few things there were. You barely could overtake this race from where I was at and from where I saw. You barely could overtake. But probably the best race of the weekend, I'd say. At least from a commentator's point of view. But no, I decided to stay out in the safety car restart, and I was like, you know what, let's gamble. Got nothing to lose. And yeah, I was right. Hopefully that podium does stay though. And yeah, I do want to apologize to his because that was my fault in turn 1, and I feel bad for him. He got his race ruined already from that.
Yeah, so you and Solberg, and I believe it was Mahoney, up in the battle for P2. How was that battle from your point of view? Because from the commentator's stand, that seemed absolutely amazing.
You know, good battle. I love having battles like that, but I don't like to be in a battle where I can't always succeed somewhat, because I couldn't really succeed at all. I had no pace, couldn't get anywhere. I was trying to hold Solberg off. Me and him made a bit of contact at Stowe. I'm pretty sure you caught that on stream. And then in the Nouvelle Chicane, they call it, I guess, or the final chicane, whatever they call it. I don't know. Solberg just wanted to hit me. It seems like every league he's in, he wants to hit me. So, you know, that's hard racing, though. That's just the way racing goes. You get hit sometimes, you don't. But when it's by the same guy, it does get frustrating sometimes. So, of course, No, that battle was fun. I enjoyed at least having that battle. I also enjoyed the battle for the lead after the VSC from Beatnik and Davis. I knew what Beatnik was doing, trying to gas it up at the very end. He got a good advantage from that. We gone 3 wide into Brooklyn's, I think you saw. And when that happened, I was thinking, I'm gonna just try to protect Beatnik because I know he can easily get by me, where I could actually battle Davis. But no, overall, I'm happy with this result because after qualifying P11, I didn't even expect a podium or to be up there, but I was. The start problems people had kind of caused that. So yeah, GG to everyone who had a good race. And again, sorry to Hissy, sorry to anyone I hit because I was racing like that. Nobody was on the track. I was racing like I was the only one on the track around Hissy, but then when others got to me, I'd race different. So no, I feel bad for Hissy. He probably deserves better. I already apologized to him or tried to in Discord. So no, hopefully we can go to future races and actually have the paddock track suit me because practicing for Britain didn't really suit me at all, and I really kind of sucked, and it showed in qualifying and the races showed how I got eaten alive at the start.
Yep, and I would say if Raptor had any more questions, but he kind of got screwed out of commentary today. So, yeah, unfortunate for him. But moving on to the other podium sitter as it stands right now, at least veteran bubble. If you'd like to include your audio, if you have not already. So, okay.
Nice mic.
It is currently just buzzing right now. If you do not
GG
know.
to you though. Not GG to your mic though.
Yeah.
I mean,
I heard you. I heard you there, but it's just a buzzing noise. I think we'll have to put up with it. But yeah, so in your first GSR start, you were like in the top 6, top 7 the entire race, and ultimately ended up, at least as it stands right now, finishing P3. So how does it feel to get podium in your first ever GSR start?
can you hear me?
Yes.
So it was a really intense race. I got sandwiched into. I fell down the grid to P17, and I was really frustrated. But I keep my head down. I focused on the race. Solberg supported me because he has a lot of experience. This was my first league race. Yeah, I just did some overtakes, and the safety car and the VSC. It gave me a chance. Solberg told me that we should change for tires. I didn't have any soft tires. I had only mediums. Yeah, last corner was last lap where Solberg and PMB crashed was really unfortunate for me and for Solberg. I got wing damage, but fortunately I got a podium because of penalties.
Yep, and did you think you were going to get caught for P3 or P4 as it was on track after that incident? Because I certainly thought whoever was behind you was going to catch you. Your wing damage looked pretty severe from my angle.
Yeah, it was really fortunate because when PMB and Solberg hit each other, Solberg turned in front of me. That was really unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, anyways, everybody that's still watching, amazing race you've just witnessed today here. Brilliant stuff Tier 2 has put on today. Anyways, hopefully catch us next week for Tier 4 for the Hungarian Grand Prix. That'll be at 4:45 p.m. Eastern, 9:45 p.m. UK. We will see you all